What's up, weirdos? Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Nice little recovery across the market once again. We got some things looking absolutely fantastic. Taraxa, guys. Taraxa. We were talking about Taraxa over on the Patreon about 3 days ago. And here it is. Boom. It is up. It is up on the week 39%, 80% on the month. Fantastic little layer one project, guys. Absolutely amazing. That's why you got to get over to the Patreon, guys. That's why you have to get over to the Patreon. You're missing out on these opportunities to save yourself the price of a Happy Meal. So check it out, guys. Let's get into the market, see what's going on out there, guys. Now listen, Otaku and I, Crypto Otaku, shout out to my guy. We were discussing in the live stream last night over on the Patreon, we were discussing whether options expiring late last night was going to crash the price of Bitcoin or not, and as a result, the altcoins. And we came to the conclusion that we didn't think it was going to crash everything, and it didn't. It turned out to be pretty much a nothing burger. So that's pretty good. We had month-end options expire late last night, like 2:15 a.m. Central on Bitcoin and Ethereum last night. So we were kind of watching that, and yeah, it turned out to be exactly what we thought. Turned out to be a bit of a nothing burger. Otaku said that he thought that it wasn't really going to do anything, right? And he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. So yeah, so that was pretty good. Thank goodness for that, right? Thank goodness for that. Let's get into it a little bit here, guys. So Jasmy down 3.7% on the day, 17.5 on the week, 43.7 on the month, and 12 on the year. Even in rank at 80, $852 million market cap, 30 million in volume. Swift Coin up 4.1% on the day, 12.7 on the week, 32.8 on the month to the downside, and 380% up on the year. Up 10 spots in rank to 281, $140 million market cap, 10 million in volume. XCN up 3% on the day, 16.5% down on the week, 57.5% down on the month, 637% up on the year. Up 6 spots in rank to 162, $484 million market cap, 64 million in volume. And Zebek. Where is our Zebek? There it is. Tiny little Zebek here. Pretty close to even on the day, up 0.1% on the day, down 7.5 on the week, but up 52.5 on the month. We're up 7 spots in rank to 312, $120 million market cap, 14 million in volume. Let's go have a look over at Bitcoin, guys. What's Bitcoin's chart doing? All right, so Bitcoin sitting at $85,233 right now. The goal today, guys, in about 5.5 hours is to close this daily candle above this blue line that we have marked here. That would be $85,000. We need to reclaim $85,000 on a closing basis. I don't care if we wick up there, we have to close there. So that's what we're watching. We've come down, we've filled the CME gap down here, which is fantastic. Now we right here, this purple box here, this is a brand new CME gap that we have created between 92 and 94,000, right? So we need to fill that now. So we have to work our way back up. But for now, what we need to do is we need to reclaim 85,000 on a daily closing basis. So that's what we're watching today. 5.5 hours for that. Jasmy just kind of, still doing the same thing, man. Sideways, boring, holding a little bit of support here. Hopefully we continue to ride the bottom of the trend line in this falling wedge pattern. The breakout is coming, guys. As soon as we can find some stability, if Bitcoin can close above 85 today, we may see some more green in the market this evening, allowing some of the altcoins to get a little bit of a fresh air, right? Pump up a little bit more. So we'll see what happens there. Over to Onyx Coin, XCN, same thing. Just kind of sideways. Green on the day right now, 1 cent 4633. Not bad. Got to get back up above resistance here at 1 cent 83. That's what we want to see over on Onyx Coin. Zebek doing its thing sideways inside of its channel that it's starting to form a falling wedge pattern of its own here. We wicked way down below outside of it on that massive dump, but then immediately right back up inside, and we have managed to stay inside ever since on the closing basis. So yeah, so far so good, right? Putting in those higher lows continually on a daily basis. That's very, very good. And Swift coin, same thing, guys. Falling wedge pattern, like all of these altcoins are in bullish structures. They're all going to start. It's going to be crazy if you're holding all of these coins. Like within a little bit of a time frame here, when they all eventually break out of these bullish structures, your portfolio is just going to go nuts because they're all going to be pumping at the exact same time. It's going to be ridiculous, right? It's going to be ridiculous. So yeah, falling wedge pattern, waiting on the breakout. Major resistance for me up here at 1 cent 798, 1 cent 8 level ish. That's where I think you'll find your major resistance. Moving up. All right, what do we have? Continuing on here. Visiting Neo Extrix, guys, Neo Sun, friend of the channel, talking about Jasmy security patents and authentication. Check it out, guys. He puts these videos together for us. We appreciate him.
Based on these patents, Jasmy's secure authentication for identity management is an extremely robust process combining a physical device, key generation, and vein biometric data, ensuring the confidentiality and integrity of users' data. First, if a user wishes to register in the system, they submit a request via their device, which is then transmitted to the Jasmy platform. Next, an identifier and a password are registered to create a secure profile. Once this step is validated, a signature request is sent, requiring the generation of a cryptographic key. The user then generates a key pair consisting of a private key and a public key, while recording their biometric information on a device such as a USB key or a mobile device. This private key is used to digitally sign transactions and ensure the authenticity of future interactions. Once the signature is created, it is sent along with the public key to the platform for validation. The platform then verifies the authenticity of the information using the public key and permanently registers the user in the system. Subsequently, the use of this digital identity will protect the user in their interactions on networks. Indeed, when they access online services via a mobile device, a smartwatch, or other devices, their authentication device provides a set of secure data, including their identifier, private key, biometric information, and connection history. These elements are compared with the information stored on the platform to confirm the user's identity. A key element of this system is phishing attack prevention. By verifying the URL of the service the user is attempting to connect to, the platform can alert them in case of an attempted redirection to a fraudulent site. This ensures that the user does not disclose their information on a malicious site. At the same time, Jasmy maintains a secure record of interactions, including rights delegations and service access. Thanks to this infrastructure, users can connect smoothly and securely without compromising their personal data, while benefiting from robust, secure, and decentralized authentication.
We just covered a story last night, guys, with Chain discussing cybersecurity as well. This is the future, guys. This is the future. You got to get in where you fit in, or you be left behind, right? XCN to set its own ledger blockchain, guys. A lot of speculation. Is Onyx Coin launching to be its very own layer one? Very fascinating. I hope so, guys. This is going to be next level for XCN. It's really, really strange because we've been in this project for over a year over on the Patreon. We got into this over a year ago, right? And when we got into it over there, and most of the Patreon members can attest to this, this was a small, tiny little, decentralized finance project. Nobody was talking about it. Nothing was going on with it. Seemed like it would have a good run, but this thing has broken all boundaries, and the potential of this thing has just smashed out of control, right? It is snowballed in terms of a project and its potential, way higher than even I could have imagined, in my opinion. And that's you want to get in early on these plays, guys. We were buying this project. We were buying XCN at 201, even 309, most of us over on the Patreon, right? You want to get in early, guys. You want to be able to get in at those levels. We made over 3,000% returns on this project. We got in early on ZBEC as well. We got in early on XPR. We got in early on Swiftcoin, guys. You know, you have everything to lose, or everything, nothing to lose and everything to gain. Sorry, by jumping over. Getting in early on these plays is how you're going to make life-changing wealth for yourself, right? It's not getting in on them after the big content creators notice them and start talking about them, right? Because they're going viral, they want the clicks, they talk about it. You're too late then. Get in early on this stuff, guys. Get in early on this stuff. All right, and what else do we have here to finish things off? All right, 12 billion asset manager Bitwise CEO tells CNBC there's never been a better time to own Bitcoin than right now for those of you who are feeling bearish.
Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley joins us on set for more on what's going on in this market. Hunter, good to see you. On one level, I guess you could draw a picture of the ultimate sell the news, because Bitcoin fans have gotten every single thing they could have wanted and said was part of the bull case 4 or 5 months ago. And now it's like, what's next to look forward to?
You know, I think Bitcoin is famous for volatility, and yet when it experiences volatility, people are surprised.
Yeah.
Q1 has been the best moment for investors to put money into Bitcoin, and we've seen that with our client base. I think we've seen more traditional investors, wealth managers, asset managers, banks engaging with Bitwise, the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF, and the asset class in the first quarter of this year amidst the price action. So I think price is always a story in this space. If you remember back to when the Bitcoin ETF launched, it went from 46,000 to 39,000, and people said, okay, maybe it was a buy the rumor, sell the news story. And then it worked its way back up to where it was more recently. So I think there's never been a better time for this asset class.
You say it's always about price, but isn't that because there isn't much more to it than price at this point?
You know, price is the most prominent feature, of course, and it's what Bitcoin's famous for. It's the reason that we always have something, you know, something noteworthy going on, the volatility of the price. But I think the story right now is regulation. It's the most obvious thing. It's a sea change since the inauguration. The White House, the Congress, and the SEC have flipped to a constructive level that has never been true before.
So one of the things, first of all, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
One of the things that drove a lot of, I think, the sentiment around Bitcoin was the idea of some sort of potential for reserve currency or some U.S. buildup of reserves of Bitcoin. And I haven't heard anything about that in a while. Where does that stand? Where did it ever really stand?
It is definitely in play. So it's one of the items to evaluate that was in Trump's executive order shortly after he was inaugurated. It's one of the items on Treasury's agenda. And then Senator Lummis is working on a bill around that. She's actually having a gathering on March 11th where a bunch of myself and a number of other CEOs will be in DC to discuss the initiative. You saw more recently Abu Dhabi announcing that they bought Bitcoin in the Sovereign Wealth Fund, about $500 million. And so there's now about 11 nations that have exposure. So believe it or not, it's very real. And I think that that's one of the remarkable things about this moment is it's almost hard to imagine Washington, D.C. being positive on Bitcoin and crypto. But we're seeing that from the SEC throwing out enforcement cases against Coinbase and Uniswap just in the last 2 weeks. We're seeing that in the SEC and
all of this mega macroeconomic bullish stuff that's happening around Bitcoin and crypto right now, guys, and people are feeling bearish. The only thing bearish is a sentiment in the market. I've said it before, there's so much bullishness going on around it. And when the time is right, this thing is going to pop. And those who are strong enough to stick around are going to benefit. And those who are not, unfortunately, will lose out, right? But that is the way of crypto. That is the way of crypto. It has always been that way. It will always be that way, right? The strong survive, the weak sell, and buy back in at a lot, buy back in higher, and our exit liquidity, right? It's terrible, but it is the way that it is. You know, that's why you got to be strong. You got to be patient, right? All right, guys. So listen, we're looking at 10 projects right now over on the Patreon that are gonna go to the freaking moon, in my opinion. You want price action like we saw in XCN, like we've seen in ZBIC, like we've seen in Swift and XPR and so many others, guys. Get over to the Patreon. Get into the chat with the gems over on the Patreon, guys. You do not want to miss out on that. Like I said, we're looking at 10 right now. We're in mass accumulation mode. This is the best time to be accumulating these gems. low market cap, great utility, fantastic partnerships, great tokenomics. They check all the boxes, guys. We do our due diligence over there. We get in early on these plays. We make hundreds, if not thousands of percent in returns. We do swing trades quite often. We've done 3 in the last week and a half or so. We've made big returns. Don't believe me? Ask the Patreon members for yourself. Everyone is euphoric over there while the market is green, because while the market's red, sorry. I'm tired today. Holy smokes. Because everyone over there is making money while the market is going down, right? So why just sit on your hands when you can have opportunity, guys? We're also teaching people how to operate nodes like the Junction node and stuff. We're looking into a video for that right now, how to acquire and operate nodes for that. Passive income opportunities, guys. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity to do all of this. You also get to book one-on-one coaching calls with me personally. We are live over on the Patreon every single evening as well. So you get to join those. Last night, every Friday, we have open mic night where we open up a Zoom call and there's hundreds of people there and everyone's chatting and having a blast. It's a fantastic time, guys. No one else is doing the kind of stuff that we're doing over there, offering what we're offering, all for the price of a Happy Meal, guys. You got to check it out. At the very worst, if you show up and you don't like it and you leave, all it cost you was like a Happy Meal, right? That's it. Everyone else is charging like $100, $1,000 just to see what it's like over on their platforms. No. Au contraire, mon frère. Just buy me a Happy Meal, guys. Come on in, have a look around. I promise you 2 things. 1, you're going to learn something that's going to help you be a better trader and investor in this space. And 2, once you become a part of our community with over 1,900 people now, you are not going to want to leave. The wealth of knowledge that you can tap into to be successful in this space is just far beyond anything else that's out there for you guys, especially for the price of a Happy Meal, guys. So check it out. The link is down below. Also, guys, if you need a self-custody cold storage wallet, sponsor of the channel is Decent Wallet, guys. Check them out. The link is down below as well for that. Not your keys, not your crypto. Do not trust exchanges with your crypto. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. See you guys later.